Good morning, beloveds. We're having a couple of cloudy days, but it's also going to be in the 80s. Like it's supposed to get to like 84, 85 today. And then tomorrow we have thunderstorms and it's going to drop the temperature back into the high 70s. I was hot today when we went for a walk and Tom was like, do we need to move further north for you for the summer? And I was like, yes, please. So, all right. It is March 23rd. Our title is Mind Pictures. The first quote is, delight thyself also in the Lord. Delight thyself also in the presence, and it shall give thee the desires of thine heart. And that is Psalm 37:4. I'm trying out new words. And presence was one that Jesse had suggested for Lord. So, all right. Second quote. Visualizing means mentally seeing the things that you wish to have or to do. When you mentally see the things you desire and see them clearly, you are presenting universal mind with images of thought, and like the creative soil of the ground, it at once ends. I think this word is, it at once ends to project them into form. Okay, but that's from the Science of Mind, page 644. Okay. On a recent television talk show broadcast, a teenage guest shared the story of how he had been healed of a malignant brain tumor through the use of biofeedback and creative visualization. He said he had placed himself in a deeply relaxed state and then visualized the tumor being attacked and destroyed until it disappeared. This process was repeated until one day, as he tried to visualize the tumor, he found he could no longer mentally see it. He said he could only see a small white area where the tumor had previously been. At some time later, it became necessary for the boy to have an X-ray after he hit his head in an accident. The only thing that could be observed was the same white area the boy had reported earlier. Now, many years later, the young man continues to enjoy excellent health. We have all probably heard similar stories. We can initiate the same healing process in our own life. There is only one mind and one God. The law works for each one of us in exactly the same way. Universal mind does not play favorites and reward one person while withholding from another. The power of thought is limitless. I project onto the screen of my mind the exact picture of what I wish to see in my life. I place myself in this picture and experience the feelings I would have if this were the present reality in my life. I accept with gratitude and unfolding the wonderful new future. And that is SB, Shirley Briggs. And when I was in ministerial school, I took 2 classes. One of them was with Martin Rossman, and the other one was with Martin Rossman's partner, whose name I can't think of. And he wrote the book. And that's exactly what they talked about. And I think that was the point of the class. Is how to engage the mind, how to paint the picture and then wrap it with feelings. And there's documented scientific evidence for how this can activate the immune system. There were a number of examples in, not Rossman's book, but the other one's book, about how they would teach their patients to visualize their immune system. Like one person in particular would visualize their immune system as knights on horses going to, fight dragons. And then they would visualize the whatever illness it was that they were working on as, the dragon. And so the knights would all converge on the dragon, and it works. It works really well. And so that's that's one of the reasons why we're called Science of Mind, because this is what Ernest went, hey, you know what? 1, Jesus prayed in a very specific way. And 2, let's use creative visualization. Let's picture in our minds exactly what it is that we want. and then wrap our feelings around that. And then the universal mind can't help but to bring us what we want. Now, there are rules when we do this. Like in love relationships, you can't picture a specific person. Yeah. And you can't picture like a specific car with a specific license plate. You can't picture a specific house, but you can incorporate the qualities of that, and you can use the qualities of what is it that you like about that house. So maybe you can't have that particular address, but there's another house that has all of the same qualities. And so you want to get really, really, really specific with creating this visual, but that's not enough. Then you got to wrap it in the feelings. How would you feel if you had this? And then you gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent. And that's what Shirley's talking about. It's like, look, the universal law does not pick favorites. What the universal law does is it works with consistency. So if there is something that you are working on, you need to set aside time every single day to work on that. And that's where it can be helpful. That's why vision boards are a thing. It's like, that's where it can be helpful, where you go ahead and create this vision in reality, like on a vision board, or if you draw or paint or anything like that, create it so that you have this clear picture of, and then you spend your however much time you devote to it every day. That's why we talk about spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is something that you do every day. It's not once in a while. It's every day. And it can look different every day, but the point is to practice every day. And a vision board is a good way to have that creative vision, especially if you have limited time, to, okay, these are all, and use words and pictures and quality and line out what it is. And then you spend your time and wrap your vision around that. Every day. Every day. There is good science on how the immune system responds to that. There are books written. And it was an interesting class. And like I said, these were a couple of classes that I took in ministerial school. And I think part of it was, one, the healing arm of science of mind, and two, to show us the science between how visualization works, how creative visualization works, how we can create what it is that we want in our mind and then bring it into our reality. But it takes practice. It takes practice. Do we all hope to get to the day where we don't have to do, we don't have, maybe we start off with 20 minutes and then we can work our way down to 5. Well, that would be the point of the vision board, because you've already got the vision and then you just go in and you wrap the feelings around it. That's why we practice every day. I will guarantee you that all of the really good ministers that science of mind ministers that practice every day. I want to say that since I started reading these things every day, because I set aside, 15 or 20 minutes of my day every day to read this kind of stuff, it has made a world of difference for me. This is my spiritual practice. Is it the only one? No. But it is the one that I do every day for 15 or 20 minutes. I do it consistently. And I've learned so much over the 3 years that I've been doing this. I'm getting ready to pick my 4th book. And I'm just like, wait, I thought I would do this for a couple of months. I didn't even have a plan when I started it. And the benefits that it has made to my life have been wonderful. And so create your vision board. And you can do it in any way. If you draw, if you paint, if you, whatever. I made one time out of felt. And I'm not that kind of artist. I can't draw a straight line even with a ruler. But I saw this picture for this project in my brain, in my mind, and was able to create it out of felt. And I'm really happy with it. And I still have it. I keep saying oh, actually it is hanging up. It's hanging on a door. And so it's something that, I can go and I can look at it and and I still remember the feelings of when it looked like I wanted it to look. I still remember those feelings. And it was a heartfelt living project a very long time ago. Because I've told you, I've been at this for like 18 years. It's a heartfelt living project from, almost that long ago, if not that long ago. So, and so that vision board still evokes those feelings in me, which is why I still have it. Okay. So create a vision board, whatever it is that you are working on, create that vision board and then give yourself the gift of the time to look at it every day and wrap your feelings around it. I mean, you want a mission for today, and you can. Number of classes have been taught at CLC where they use pictures from magazines. So it's like whatever it is, and like when I created a vision board in ministerial school, because I'm a word person, I really like words. There are a lot of words on my vision board, and so but they're words that evoke feeling. So yeah. I mean, the mission today, should you choose to accept it, is to create that vision board and then gift yourself the time every day to wrap your feelings around it. How would my life feel if? I think that's a good one. That's a good mission. All right, Shirley. I think I've done you justice, and kind of in a hopefully short time. So that is it. Then I'm going to also remind you about the spiritual practice of doing something loving for yourself, doing something kind for yourself, doing something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. And I give you examples like taking a deep breath before you speak, taking a walk, taking a nap, eating dessert first. Practice on yourself. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. I'm also encouraging you to create a habit, a default setting, a first response. The difference between a reaction and a response is that moment of consciousness. So what I'm encouraging you to create is that no matter what happens, your first response will be loving, kind, and compassionate. My life works better when I can respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately to anything, including chaos. And it doesn't make you, it doesn't make you wishy-washy. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't let people walk all over you. If your first response is loving, kind, and compassionate, because I will remind you that one of the most loving, kind, and compassionate things you can do sometimes is say no. All right? Yes, feels good, but so does no. And I encourage you to practice that. And remember that it is loving, kind, and compassionate. There is nothing worse than saying yes to something that you really don't want to do. And then you go do it and you do it with resentment. No is loving, kind, and compassionate. It is also a complete sentence. You do not have to explain yourself when you say no. All right? I just feel like I need to remind you of that occasionally. Okay? When I talk about the spiritual practice of love, kindness, and compassion, it is absolutely about self-care. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You need to take care of yourself first. It's just like being on the airplane. If those oxygen masks drop, you put yours on first, then you help your neighbor. That is what this is about. It is about connecting with the source of your own being. It is about filling yourself up. It is about filling yourself up with love, kindness, and compassion. It is about activating the reality of your being, which is we're built of love, Take care of yourself. It is about connecting with the infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion, and remembering that it comes through us, not from us. It is very important. All right. And then it is also a reminder about joy. No matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. Okay? Your life is a special occasion. Treat it as such. Don't save the good stuff. Okay? All right. I'm going to encourage you also to do something to engage your mind and your body, to drink plenty of water. Hydration is super important. Your brain will work better. I'm going to encourage you to get early in your day bright light. It's called a circadian rhythm. It is a hormone, a natural hormone rhythm. With that early in your day, bright light, especially if you get up before the sun does, stimulates that natural hormone balance, and you will have more energy during the day and you'll sleep better at night. Okay? I'm a big advocate of taking care of yourself, and this is just one easy way to do it. Early in your day, bright light. And artificial light counts. Like I said, if you get up before the sun, use that bright light. Use that bright light. And it's science. You can look it up. Circadian rhythm starts with a C. Okay. And then my Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around you all the time. Okay? I advocate this because we want to make a world that works for everybody, and the place to start with that is right here. Your own self. When you learn to create heaven for yourself, when you learn that it is a state of mind, that it is a state of consciousness, that it's not a place, then you learn that it can be any place. And you learn that it's a state of grace. And as we each learn to do it for ourselves, because that's the truth, we can only do it for ourselves, but we can be gentle with each other. That's what I'm advocating for. All right. And we can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. Okay? And a lot of little goods add up into one big good. Okay. All right. I'm going to move into the process of my day. I'm going to encourage you to, I guess I'm at the social media part. If I get myself off track, who knows where this will go. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Please check them out. There is great content. I'm very proud of the YouTube channels, although my YouTube channel is way behind. I really need to get some work done on that. And yeah, there. So I do encourage you to check all that stuff out. And if you want to know, there's a couple of ways to get to our YouTube channel. One, if you email info@creativelife.org, outside just going to YouTube and Googling Creative Life Spiritual Center. If you email info@creativelife.org, that's a constant contact. The hot links are hot. If it says click here now, especially on the one where it talks about our soul session playlist on YouTube, it'll take you right there. And then we also have a website, creativelife.org. And if you go to the Sunday Talks on the website, it will take you right to the YouTube channel. Yay! Okay. I think I'm at the place where I can, encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a creative vision day, a pick up your spiritual practice day, a visualized day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. Because you're enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. You are a divine spark, a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling. Know the truth of your being. Know the truth of your being. All right? That's why I encourage you to create that well-worn path to the center and to the source of your own being. Okay. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you on Facebook Live. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. Tomorrow. And then, Saturday might be a challenge. Saturday will be a challenge. Okay. But tomorrow is Friday, so I'll be back at 9 a.m. ish. And so take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time. All right, beloveds.